Welcome to my channel. Today, I want to tell you the best things about being an entrepreneur according to a survey that was done on entrepreneurs. But first, I want to tell you the 10 things that cause most entrepreneurs to fail. And I have done a video already where I analyze these reasons in depth, but I just want to give you a quick recap of what they are right now. First of all, lack of capital. Many entrepreneurs start their business with insufficient funds, which means that they have financial difficulties early on and they eventually fail because of this. They have to stop doing their work. It gets them disappointed. It gets them discouraged. They go back to their regular job and then they become afraid to start another business or start doing that business again at a later date. Another reason is that there's no market need. A common mistake entrepreneurs make is failing to validate their idea with potential customers before they launch. And this results in a product or service that doesn't meet customer needs, and that makes low sales, and again, ultimately leading to financial issues and failure. So this is why it's so important to know your market, to know your industry, and to know if there's a true market need for your business idea. Another reason is poor management of the company. Entrepreneurs may lack experience in business, and that leads to poor decision-making, disorganization, and ineffective communication amongst the team. So you really need to make sure that when you're starting a business, if you have partners, that it's very clearly delineated who does what and who's responsible for what. Another thing is burnout. Starting and running a business can be very demanding, both physically and emotionally, and entrepreneurs may become exhausted and lose motivation, and that leads to a lack of commitment and eventual failure of their business. I've mentioned this before, but you can't do everything. You need to know what your strengths are, and you need to hire to your weaknesses. Another reason is tough competition. If the barriers to entry are too high, entrepreneurs may find that they are competing with established businesses that have more resources, brand recognition, and a loyal customer base. If you aren't disrupting an area enough, if you are disrupting your market enough, and there's tough competition in there already, you need to make sure that you have a really good marketing plan, which leads me to my next point of ineffective marketing. Even if a product or service meets your customer needs, poor marketing can prevent it from reaching your target audience. Entrepreneurs who don't have a solid marketing strategy will struggle with sales and revenue, and again, that leads to financial issues. There can also be legal issues. Unfortunately, starting and running a business comes with legal and regulatory compliance obligations that can be complex and time-consuming. And if you're unfamiliar with the requirements, then you may run either into legal issues because of your state or county's laws, or because you didn't have the correct backing of specific contracts and things like that, and now you're facing legal challenges from your customers or even other partners within the business. And that leads me to partnership problems. So co-founders and business partners often will have disagreements over the direction of the business. That leads to conflicts that can be difficult to resolve, if not impossible to resolve. So right away when you're starting a business, you need to make sure that you have something in writing. You need to have a contract drafted where it specifically delineates everybody's role in the business. Lack of focus is another one. There are new opportunities. There are opportunities everywhere, right? And you are going to come up with new ideas as you begin your entrepreneurship dream. But losing sight of your original business goals and your mission can often lead you right off the road. You need to make sure that you have a way to remain focused and plan out in advance when it would be a right time for you to redirect your focus, when you can start expanding, when you can start adding more things. What point would that be for you and for your business? You need to have these things thought through before you start. And then finally, there's external factors that not everybody can predict. We can't predict economic downturns or changes in regulations or other external factors that are outside of your control. And these can definitely impact the success of your business because it can make it challenging to sustain operations, to meet the new requirements, and so on. What you can do is remember why you started. You need to make sure that your creativity is always tapped into. If there's an obstacle, you need to reframe that as an opportunity and find a way to move around it. It could be that you need to shut down that business, but there's a new opportunity to start a new business. Whatever it looks like for you, you just need to remember that creativity is what got you into this place, and it's what will ultimately sustain you. So now I want to tell you the things people love the most, entrepreneurs love the most. And first of all, creativity. Entrepreneurs love being able to express their creativity and to bring their own ideas into life. That's one of the things that I love about it. I love having just an idea of something and pulling it out and making it into something tangible. Another thing entrepreneurs love is independence. It means having your freedom. You can make your own decisions. You can take charge of your professional life. You alone control how much you earn, which is another reason that people love being an entrepreneur. People are drawn to the potential financial rewards of owning their own business and understanding that whatever they put in, they'll get out. Flexibility is another thing that entrepreneurs love. You have the ability to create your own schedule and to work on projects that align with your interests. Again, that isn't always true, but it definitely provides you more of an opportunity to be flexible with pursuing only your interests than working for somebody would. Another thing is the control, not just over the projects that you are working on, but the environment that you work in. You can actually tailor your work environment to your needs, unlike a corporate job or working for somebody else where you are expected to follow their rules and meet their standards. You can actually work from home in many cases. You can work on the road. There's a lot more flexibility and control over the environment that you are working in, not just the projects that you are working on. Another thing people love about entrepreneurship is the personal growth, right? Starting and running a business requires learning and constant growth, which is very rewarding, especially to people who love to learn and who are self-starters. Knowing that you make a difference is another thing people love about being an entrepreneur. You can make a positive impact on your community and the world through your business. We should never underestimate what an impact to one person or one family can mean to our communities. Autonomy. Yeah, you get to be very independent. You do not need to answer to a boss or a manager. Again, you get to earn however much money you want. You are directly rewarded for the work that you are putting in terms of things that will actually lead to an outcome. So that doesn't mean that you can just be busy all day with anything and then you get money. It means that when you focus on money-making activities, you are rewarded in that way. There's also the sense of achievement, right? Successfully starting and running a business is a great source of personal pride and achievement. It makes you feel like you can do anything. So there's certainly the aspect of doing more, pushing yourself to become more than you are right now. And finally, legacy. Entrepreneurs love the opportunity to leave a lasting legacy through their business and impact generations to come. That's one of the things that I love most about being an entrepreneur as well. So why do I list you the top 10 things that people love about being an entrepreneur after the 10 reasons that entrepreneurs fail? It's because I want you to understand that you have to go through the first 10 in order to get to the last 10. You have to have extreme focus on what you are doing in order to have extreme creativity and flexibility. There's a dramatic shift that has to happen when you decide to stop being an employee and you become a business owner. Your mindset has to completely change. The things that were given to you or provided to you by your employer are no longer going to be there. You have to understand that you are no longer going to be getting a paycheck whether you accomplish something or not, and as long as you just show up. You will be paid directly off the quality of work that you do. Notice I didn't say quantity, right? Because a lot of entrepreneurs are just out there doing something, feeling like they're making progress in their business, but they're not actually focusing on the things that will generate revenue and ultimately add to the longevity of their company. So if you're thinking about starting a business, I really encourage you to enroll in my Build program, which takes you from A to Z on starting a business. And if you don't know the difference between value and worth as an entrepreneur, then I need you to check out this video next to learn the difference and why this is important to your entrepreneurship goals.